Mosul was just liberated from ISIS. To prevent the city and Iraq more broadly from sliding back into violence, it's really important that humanitarian issues be addressed, that security is provided, that steps are taken to help resume city life, and that governance and reconciliation issues are addressed. There are some pretty major humanitarian challenges in Iraq right now. There are 3.2 million people who are living internally displaced in Iraq, both in camps and in other urban areas. About 1 million of those have been displaced from Mosul. Life is pretty hard for people who are internally displaced. When we visited some of the camps for displaced persons outside of Mosul, about 20 miles from Mosul, we saw the conditions. So people are living in temporary plastic tents, there is no electricity, they don't have facilities to cook hot food, and there really isn't anything to do all day. Children are lacking education, and so forth. So these conditions are okay if they're temporary for a couple of months. But if people can't go home and live like this, then this is both a long-term humanitarian issue and a security challenge for Iraq. One big security issue in Mosul and in other areas that were affected by ISIS is the extent of mines and explosive hazards. ISIS left mines on an industrial scale. It was a tactic that they used to try to prevent civilians from returning back home. It's one of the most heavily mine-contaminated places in the world. It's at the level of schools, hospitals, and baby cribs. While there are efforts underway to remove some of the explosive hazards from major public buildings, like power, water, hospitals, there really aren't efforts underway yet to address housing, and that will be very important to enable people to go home.
Well, first, the U.S. has been in the lead of the coalition that has supported the Iraqi security forces, both building them up and helping them clear these areas of ISIS domination. It's important to continue supporting the Iraqi security forces because they still do not have either the number of troops and the expertise. For example, in Mosul, they have estimated they need at least 60,000 people to secure that city, but they need troops to continue conducting combat in the remaining areas. So the risk there is that you're going to have areas left unsecured. The critical need in the security realm is for the Iraqis to develop a sufficiently large and capable police force. That is how areas at peace are secured. And they've always had a struggle with this, and we've always under-prioritized those efforts. So what we need to do now with the coalition partners is increase the number of trainers so that we can increase the number of police. Not shorten the training, but turn out quality police and make sure that they're local individuals who are recruited, because that is always how community policing best occurs, is if they are people that have grown up in the area and know the people and can serve them well. There are two key issues with building a police force in Iraq. One is getting sufficient numbers, and closely tied to that is getting the right individuals. There are certainly people in the areas such as Mosul that have been cleared that lived under or worked for the ISIS regime. And we need to understand and have those policies developed that will truly weed out those who were ISIS participants versus people who simply worked for the government for a paycheck. And those people should be allowed a chance to apply for and be part of a new police force. So what is missing from the U.S. strategy is the sense of what comes next, and that is post-conflict stabilization, how to make sure our continuing assistance is used to support the Iraqi government in solving the root causes of this conflict. And that's really the game-ending effort that needs to take place now.